At some point in life, you need to learn how to play the Sicilian defense. And for my beginner students who find the Sicilian to be boring, I have something interesting for you guys, which you can check out. I call this the C5-Alekhine Sicilian, which begins with the following moves: e4, c5, and after knight f3, instead of playing d6, knight c6, or pawn to e6, you first of all start with knight f6. This is also playable at the top level. You can check the master's database, see how grandmasters play this. Point is, you are attacking the e4 pawn, which most of your opponents are going to defend with knight c3. But if they push pawn to e5, this is when you remember your Alekhine's defense. You go knight d5. By the way, this is called the Nimzowitsch variation of the Sicilian, advanced variation. If c4, the main line is knight c7. You want to put your knight on c7, your queen's knight will sit on c6. If d4 comes right away, you want to take. If white takes with a knight on move number 6, you want to play pawn to d6 right away. This is what I recommended, so that you just take like that. If they take, this is when you take. As time goes on, you're going to play pawn to e5 or queen b6 or whatever works for you. Oh wait, sometimes your opponents may not take on d6 right away. Instead, they may play knight f3. First, there's nothing wrong with d takes e5, that's okay. You can play bishop g4 if you so wish, but if you still want to maintain your pawn structure, I propose playing moves like pawn to e6 so that you take back on d6 with your bishop, avoiding to exchange queens early. If white takes back with the queen, back on move 6, you first of all want to play knight c6, logical stuff, attacking that queen, see where it goes. If queen e4 is played, the top played move, once again you go pawn to d5. So d6 and d5 are two moves that are crucial in this line. Point is, if white takes with ampersand, again, you take back with the queen. You don't really need to exchange queens early in the opening stage. So if your queen is under attack, you can find a way to rescue it. Anyway, so I was just showing you a quick way to play this so-called Nimzowitsch variation or the C5-Alekhines before I play a random game on lichess. Anyway, let me show you one last line. After knight f3, knight f6, and e5. Again, you go knight d5. Instead of c4 this time, white may play pawn to d4. Again, you just want to take. If they take with their queen, attacking your knight, knight c7 is okay. You can play that if you want, but nothing wrong with pawn to e6, which also paves the way for your dark squared bishop. If bishop c4 is played, putting more pressure on your knight, now you want to go knight c6, attacking that queen. And if queen e4, once again, you can play knight b6 if you want. Even knight c7 is okay in this position. So I'll do this, attacking that bishop, and after bishop b3, follow it up with d5 immediately. If ampersand, I'll take back with my bishop once again, just avoiding to exchange queens in the opening stage, because that's what we love. And after castle shot, it feels illegal to castle shot early due to moves like knight g5. Look at this, and that's why you need to play something like h6 in this position, or even knight d7. At least one of your knights must go back to the king side or something like that. I love h6, preventing knight g5, rook e1. This is when I would go castle shot. There is nothing much happening. These kind of sacrifices don't work. You just take. Looks like there's something going on the king side, but after king h8, I don't see anything else. There's no queen check due to our knight. So this is safe for black. Just castle shot after playing pawn to h6, and then start thinking of exchanging pieces, but not pawns. After this, I would love to put my knight on d7 and play knight e5. Maybe something like that, or knight f6. If knight b5, I have bishop b8, s6 is coming, bishop e3, knight f6, the queen must go back, queen h4, I have knight d5, wanting to get rid of this bishop, also paving the way for my queen. And here is how the game may be oversimplified: rook a d1, knight takes, rook takes, knight takes, and rook takes, s6. Now, it is time for me to challenge a random opponent on lichess. See how this will go. If you like what I do on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. Remember, you are not doing it for me. You are doing it for the existence of this channel, or rather for this channel to survive. The more you subscribe, the more I feel motivated. Just wanted you to know that you are more important than a donkey that can't watch my videos. Right, time to be serious. Elbows on the desk. Let's move on. Right, let me try my C5-Alekhine's defense. I wanted to play... Anyway, I can still play knight... Wait a second. I was expecting white to play knight f3, after which I was going to play knight f6, and after pawn to e5, I was going to play knight d5. Yeah, something like that. Now, knight c3 is the closed Sicilian. So if I play knight f6, white is going to play e5, and I won't have knight d5 this time due to the presence of that queen's knight. So I better start with pawn to e6. So the plan is still to play knight d5 given a chance. If pawn to e5 is played, I'll be glad to play knight d5. This is theory, guys, and given a chance, you don't want to forget, to play the move pawn to s6 in the Sicilian defense. Whenever you have a chance, play this move. This just stops white from playing bishop b5 in the near future, not harassing your queen's knight, or just stopping the move knight b5 in some lines. So now I can safely play what? I think knight c6. Still, if pawn to e5, I'll play knight d5, kind of the Alekhines. I'm still waiting for this move, by the way. I don't want to play pawn to d5, even though I can play it anyway. Perhaps I can go in with my thing. I've never done this before. Let me try. Oh, just bishop e7. Why not? So my opponent is playing non-committal moves. This is one thing you notice in the Sicilian defense. People like keeping tension because they just don't want to open the game very quickly. So now I can start expanding on the queen side if I want. Pawn to b5. Want to put my last squad bishop on b7. Queen e1. I guess my opponent wants to shift their queen this side, but I can do this if I want, right? Anytime. Bishop b7. Now I'm tempted to play knight d4. I don't know why my opponent is not playing bishop e3, by the way. I'm willing to give up my g7 pawn in this position. Let me try queen c7. White doesn't need to take this pawn. No. Come on. From a positional point of view, you can't play like this. First, to defend everything, I can play rook h7 if I want, and I'll force that queen to go back. If I want to give up the second pawn, I can play rook g8, but that's absurd. I can also castle long if I want to, play some nasty chess, or even get a quick draw if I want. I mean, what can white do? Let me even castle long. I have this and this. So if I was playing against a super grandmaster or a grandmaster, from here I would have drawn easily after queen takes f7. I mean, just a matter of repeating moves, saving the day, and saving time. By the way, this is just a casual blitz match, nothing much. So you see what I was talking about, and if white is not careful, I might even trap their queen. For example, if I play, I don't know what they are going to do after this combination of moves. Look at this. As if I'm targeting the g2 square, but my real intention is to go rook h7. For example, if they play something like pawn to e5, now I can play rook h7 and give up as many minor pieces as I can. See that white's queen can't escape from my territory. It's stuck, and my dark squad bishop is defended by my knight. One lesson you can learn from here is don't let the madam go look for food alone. Don't let the queen go into your enemy's territory alone. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know whether or not that makes sense to you guys, but listen. White only has one active piece in my territory, which is bad. Now you see, they are forced to give up material, which is bad. Although I guess this is some kind of a tactical move. Great side. The thing is, if I take, white is going to take back with tempo, and now I'm going to lose my dark squad bishop or something like that, right? Nice. But what if I just take like this? What? Still my thing is going to be under attack. Okay, after knight takes, pawn takes. I won't have this. Okay, this is great. Nice try. Let me just take, I'm just wasting my time. Do I still have something like this? I think I can still play rook h7, right? Can I? The queen is trapped. Yeah. Okay, that's the only way white can rescue their queen. Now the queen may safely go back. But I still have moves like knight d4. Yeah, like I can do this. And take. So, very close to checkmating my opponent. In fact, this is losing. Completely losing. Look at this. Check. And I'm going to win everything. In fact, is this something like a mate in one? No, it's not. So I need to take first, right? Or I take this. Damn it. What can I take here? Can I take this? I don't know what I can take. Let's do this. I don't know where I went wrong, but I guess this wasn't the right continuation or the right thing I could do. I want to do this, can I? No, I can't. White can't develop their dark squad bishop. Maybe I missed a move here. My attack is too slow, if you think about it. Or is it? So I want to take here. So I can give a check. And that's checkmate, right? Yeah, this is checkmate. I don't know the best I could have done in that situation. Let me go back and analyze. What did I miss here for me to remain with 4 seconds? Okay, I won the game, but I'm not really convinced with my play in the end game. Knight takes. Maybe I should have taken with check first. I think this was going to be the right move. Maybe, I'm sure if I turn on Stockfish, it's going to suggest that queen takes, d4 check was the right move. This is the only thing I hate about Blitz. I mean, we make moves at supersonic speed. I chose the wrong move, I guess. Rook takes. I'm not convinced about this. And then after that, I was afraid if I took the knight this time, maybe my opponent was going to play something like bishop f3. I don't know. But this was going to be fun because I had this, right? Like bishop takes, and after rook, then checkmate. I should have taken the knight on d4. But what did I do? I gave a discovery check, I guess. Then after this, the knight was pinned. Okay, now this was too slow. If white played bishop e3 this time, or something like that, stopping the move, queen d4, I was just going to take, knowing that the knight was pinned to the king. So my idea was right, but the attack was too slow, okay, especially in this time trouble situation. Anyway, lesson learned, and I hope you guys learned 1 or 2 things as well. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and hey, remember to hit the like button and share this video to a wider audience.